So this is the effects of domestic violence on women with children. So domestic abuse is any behavior that can physically, psychologically, or sexually hurt a person. So this would be like controlling behavior. These types of things are very hard on women in relationships, and it makes it even harder when there are children that are involved in it. That loving family that many mothers want to have gets turned into like a battlefield for fighting for the mothers and the kids' lives. So there are lots of physical dangers for women when it comes to domestic abuse. They have to worry about being hit, slapped, punched, really any injury, or even the potential of death. They have to worry about sexual violence. They could be raped, whatever that may be, and usually that violence is being used to control the victim in some way. As far as psychological dangers go, women will have to go through emotional and psychological abuse. So this could be like name calling, belittling them, ridiculing them, any ways that they can use to control them. So like they can control where she goes, who she talks to, what she does, and this can cause women to have depression and low self-esteem. So parenting during domestic violence can be extremely difficult. Everyone knows that parenting takes your energy, it takes your money, it takes lots of capability, and that can be very difficult to give those things if there's abuse taking place that's taking those things away from you. Even if the mother is capable of parenting the child, her emotions might not be in that parenting, and that child's going to notice that, and it's going to hurt that child's emotional well-being as well. So as far as the mother and child relationship goes, that between that parenting, that relationship may not be there. When the abuse hurts that much mother's emotional well-being, the child is unable to form a secure attachment to that mother. And then even later on in life, if that parenting style changes and the mother is able to provide better for her child, that secure attachment may still affect that relationship if it wasn't established early on. So children that grow up in homes where there's domestic violence will have lots of emotional and behavioral issues. They may suffer from depression or anxiety. They also may have trouble dealing with conflict. If they see their parents at home resolving conflict with fighting or hitting, they may try to do that at school. They may bully others, they may start fights. And as that child grows older, that cycle of violence will just continue onto their children as well. So there are lots of dangers for children that grow up in these homes. They may feel responsible for that abuse, feel like the reason that their parents are fighting is because of them. Because of this, they might try to intervene, and doing that, they might get hurt as well. Children who live in homes where there's domestic violence present are at higher risk for the abuse themselves as well. So as far as leaving a home where there's domestic violence present, mothers might have a lot of issues that they run into. First of all, they might not want to leave or might not be able to leave. This could have to do with the amount of money that they would need to take care of themselves as well as that kid. Their lack of resources, they might not have people to reach out to because of the controlling behaviors of the abuser, and they might be worried what people will think if they find out that that's the lifestyle they've been living. If they are able to get help and do want to get help, they might not be able to get the help that they need. If they reach out to other people, those people, while they may feel like they know how to help, they might not always be able to find the right resources that mother needs to get the help that she needs. And then if they try to get help the first time and that doesn't work out, it's very likely that the mother will give up trying to leave that relationship. So the number one concern of the mother in situations such as these is protection. This can be very hard to achieve when it comes to shelters being crowded when they go to reach out for a place to stay, or if they're pursuing a criminal charge against that man that was abusing them, waiting for that case to be completed and for them to be safe. If there's a mistakes as far as their protection goes, that can put them at risk for abuse even more. So the last issue that a mother will have to worry about when it comes to leaving a domestic violence situation if she has children are custody issues. So a lot of times, if it was a married couple with children, that those children also belong to the abuser. And if things don't work out right in court for that mother, then the children might still have to go over to their father's household. So the mother wants to keep those children safe from further abuse if the children were already being abused, or potential abuse if the father hasn't abused the children before. After suffering through all that abuse, the mother then has to go through a divorce and dealing with all of the paperwork and time and energy that takes, as well as fighting for custody rights for those children. Thank you very much.